This is the Louie Tee Network.
Then it gets even better when your team makes the playoffs.
In the L.A.B.
And so, those are my keys to the game for both teams. Now, it's really simple. My overall analysis of the game. This is probably what you've all been waiting for. I look at this game, and I talked about styles making fights. To me, best offense versus best defense, okay? Statistically, the Broncos, the best defense. Not the best scoring defense, but the best defense. And even though the Panthers aren't statistically the best offense, you're not going to tell me there's a better offense in the league than them right now, as a whole. Consistently, explosively, they do all of those things. So, I think that's going to be a great clash right there. We can sit here and talk about Manning and his final, rodeo and Cam Newton and the contrast between the two quarterbacks. I'm not here to do all that. I'm going to let the media and the talking heads on all the networks do all that stuff. What I want to focus in on is the level of desperation that the Broncos have in this game. Okay, look, and I know that Panthers fans are going to be upset about this. And again, I can't quantify this. This is just me talking, going off of things I've seen throughout my life watching football, and I'm a professional football watcher. I lay claim to that. And so, what I've seen in past years, and this goes all the way back to Marino and those guys in Elway, when Marino got to the Super Bowl his second year in the league, he said, man, when he lost to the 49ers, he said, man, I'll be back. I ain't even worried. I ain't even tripping. I'm going to be back. And he never got back to the Super Bowl. And I look at this Panthers team, and they ain't had a care in the world all season long. They've been out having fun. They've been dabbing on folks, and they just been taking team photos on the sidelines, and they just been having a blast, man. They make football look fun, and I love it. And the whole Cam Newton racial discussion, I love it, because I love the fact that Cam's not backing down from the media. I'm gonna be who I am, and if you're afraid of it, go watch my Beats commercial, man. Go watch that. If you got hurt feelings, go get a Band-Aid for your feelings, man. Stop being soft. So, I love all of that, but the Broncos are desperate. They're the desperate team. I look at the Panthers, and they are a group of young boys. Like, literally, you look at that squad, top to bottom, and I think they might have like 6 to 9 veterans that are over the age of 29. Everybody else are young boys, 29 and younger. I mean, they got a young squad. That's why they have so much fun. And I think they're looking at it like, yeah, we about to be the new Seahawks. We about to take over. We about to run the NFC. We gonna be back. So they enjoying themselves. They enjoying the moment. And they like, yo, we gonna do this again. We gonna do this next year. Matter of fact, same time, same place. We gonna do this again next year. And with the Broncos, the mindset is there's no tomorrow. Okay? I gotta win. You look at the veterans on that team, and they're saying, Aqib Talib is saying, yo, I finally got here. And even though he's got one with the Patriots, he's looking around, he's like, yo, I gotta win this Super Bowl. I don't know if I'm gonna get back here again. You look at Peyton Manning, and we know his legacy. To me, we already know he's a Hall of Fame quarterback and one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history. That can't be disputed. But his legacy takes a super duper hit if he's 1-3 in the Super Bowl. And if he loses this game, he'll finish with a losing record in the postseason. Because this is it for him. Whether he wants to admit it or not, he's done. This is his last game. So 2-2 in the Super Bowl with 2 Super Bowl rings, tying his brother, and giving him multiple Super Bowl championships gives his status among NFL quarterbacks a huge boost. That sends him into the stratosphere. Okay, what it does for his legacy can't be quantified. Okay, so and he knows that. He knows that. DeMarcus Ware has been waiting his entire career for this moment. Okay, DeMarcus Ware was playing out of his mind against the Patriots. I haven't seen that man play with that level of intensity since Dallas. Okay, he wanted that football game. I'm telling you right now, the level of desperation in Denver. If you ask DeMarcus Ware right now, if you told him, you said, hey, look, DeMarcus, you're gonna win the Super Bowl, but you gotta give me one of your fingers. He gonna look at his fingers and say, which one you want? Which one of these joints you want? You can't have my thumb. You can't have my pinky. You got any of the 3 middle fingers. Which one you want? Which one of these inside fingers you want? Take it. It's all yours. Let me get that chip. I asked the Panthers the same thing. Them boys dabbing, having fun. Hell no, you can't have my fingers. I'll be back next year. I'll get another one another time. They don't want it as much as the Broncos do. And I know Panthers fans gonna beat me up for that. And I have no way of actually knowing it. I'm just telling you from the outside looking in, the level of desperation is greater for the Denver Broncos. Okay, cannot dispute that. To me, underdog factor. All season long, the Carolina Panthers have been riding. Look, the one thing you do not want to do to grown men who are athletes, because as an athlete, there's not much that can motivate you. When you are one of the most supremely talented and gifted people on the earth athletically, as these athletes are, any sport, basketball, baseball, football, these guys are gifted and have been for the most part of their life. There's not much you can do to get them motivated. But when you talk trash or you doubt them, to me that is the biggest form of motivation you can give anybody, and especially Super Bowl wise. And really, the Panthers have been riding that wave all season long. Everybody's doubting them. Hell, up until last week, there were a lot of people picking the Cardinals to win, which was insane. They were getting doubted in the NFC Championship game, and they were 15-1 in the regular season. They were getting doubted versus Seattle in the divisional round, and they were 15-1 in the regular season. These boys were riding that wave. Okay, they still doubting us. Don't worry about it. We about to show them. Nobody's doubting them in this game. As a matter of fact, they're the overwhelming favorite. They don't know how to deal with that. Where's that extra chip on their shoulder that everybody's been giving them all season long? You know where that's at? That's in the Denver locker room. That's in the Denver locker room now. Nobody is giving the Broncos a chance. You know what this feels like to me? It feels like the Super Bowl from 2013. Where the Broncos were the overwhelming freight. Hell, I thought the Broncos was going to win in a landslide. You couldn't tell me. That was the greatest offense I had seen, maybe ever. They broke records left and right. Peyton Manning, touchdown record, and most yards in a season, and all that stuff. They did that in 2013. And then they met the best defense in the league and got smoked. Okay, nobody gave them boys a chance in that game. That's what happens when you put that extra chip, that extra little bit of added motivation. These grown men need it. They need it. You say, oh, it's the Super Bowl. They don't need no added motivation. That's a damn lie. Because I'm going to tell you what, the Super Bowl wears off. The first 5 minutes of the game feel like the Super Bowl. The last 5 minutes of the game feel like the Super Bowl. All of that other stuff in between, okay, the other 50 minutes in between just feel like another game. All of that emotion and stuff, that's going to wear off. They're just going to be playing football. So they need some motivation. And the Broncos are the team getting that net. They're the underdog. They're the team nobody's giving a chance to. Oh, it's not only they're going to lose, they're going to get blown out. Oh, okay. So we're going to get blown out. Okay, all right. Don't think for 1 second Gary Kubiak's not putting that bulletin board material up. Everybody said we're going to get blown out in this game. Panthers don't have that shield of protection they've had all year. Let me put that chip on my shoulder. They think we can't do it. They've been doubting us all year long. Every time you hear a Panther talk, they've been doubting us. Not being doubted this time. So they can't use that. That's in the Broncos locker room. Don't take that for granted. Finally, defense wins championships. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, Carolina play defense. Yeah, they play defense, but their defense isn't elite. This Broncos defense, it's elite. Top notch, because they get it done at every single level. Okay? And the thing that separates them from Carolina is the fact that they can get after the quarterback off the edges, okay? That's what this league is about. It's about quarterbacks and the ability to stop quarterbacks. And the best way to stop a quarterback, get after them with pass rushes. Broncos have those in spades. And it's not just the edges, okay? Because the Panthers have interior pressure with K'Wan Short and Star Lotulelei. They got interior pressure. Their problem is they don't get consistent pressure off the edges. They can win sometimes, but they don't win consistently. They can't take over a ball game with their edge rushers like the Broncos can, but the Broncos can win. All their guys up front are difference makers. Jackson, Wolf, Ware, Miller, they can go to the bench, go get Shaq Barrett. Even Shane Ray sometimes can help. So they got pass rushers for days. They can get after your quarterback. So I think that's a game changer for the day. And what we found is that defense does win championships. So I think that's going to be a difference maker now. The Broncos haven't seen an offense like this all season long. They haven't. And this run game is so dynamic. It's a game changer. If they can stop the run game, the closest thing they've seen to this run game is the Kansas City Chiefs and Alex Smith. And that doesn't even come close to this offense. So it's a big task. If they can find a way to stop the run, we're going to have a shot in this game. So this is basically how I feel about the game. The Denver Broncos are being doubted. I think they're the desperate team. I think they can pull the Panthers down and keep this to a low-scoring game. 23-19, Denver Broncos win this Super Bowl and are your Super Bowl 50 champions. No, that's going to be a pretty controversial pick. I'm getting a lot of flack from Panthers fans I'm ready. Bring it on. I'm ready. I'm here. And we'll come in and look, whether I'm wrong or I'm right, you know where I'm gonna be at. You know where you can find me. I'm not gonna run. I'm not gonna hide. We'll be right here after the game's over. All I ask is that if you're gonna kill me in the comment section, is that if you lose, you come back and you find me. Anyway, okay? Don't leave me and don't say nothing. Come back and find me. That's all I ask. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here in the lab. Come back and join me as I continue to break down anything. And that's it. National Football League Super Bowl 50. It's gonna be a dandy. Bart Scott. Can't wait. Don't you leave my comment section without leaving me a prediction either. Don't make me come looking for you.
There's plenty more where that came from. While you're here, subscribe to the channel. If you want more Louie Tee, be sure to follow me on Twitter at In the Lab Room, or you can like the Facebook page at In the Lab Room. That's In the Lab Room on Facebook and at In the Lab Room on Twitter. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so.
Then it gets even better when your team makes the playoffs.